Today, we are breaking down what is a truly seismic shift happening at the intersection of AI and national security. One of the world's top AI labs is officially partnering with the US military. And no, this isn't some far-off sci-fi concept. It's happening right now. The rules they've laid down could literally define the future of defense technology. So let's get right into it.
So here's the headline. It is official. One of the leading AI labs is going to deploy its advanced systems inside the U.S. Department of Defense. And we're talking about for use in classified environments. This move, well, it signals a whole new era of collaboration between Silicon Valley and the national security world. And the entire thing is built around a very specific, very important set of rules.
At the very heart of this deal, you'll find three critical prohibitions. You can think of them as the red lines that the AI company absolutely insisted on. These are the ethical guardrails that spell out exactly what this incredibly powerful technology can't be used for.
Let's break these down one by one. First, and this is crucial, the tech cannot be used for any sort of mass surveillance on U.S. citizens. Second, and this is the one everyone's watching, it is explicitly forbidden from independently directing autonomous weapons. And third, it can't be used for high-stakes automated decisions that impact people's lives, things like social credit scores. These three rules, they're the absolute bedrock of this entire agreement.
Okay, but having rules is one thing, right? Enforcing them is another. So you have to ask, how are these red lines actually protected? Well, the answer is a pretty robust, multi-layered safeguard system, and it's all designed to make sure these boundaries are never, ever crossed.
There are actually 5 distinct layers of protection here. First, the system is deployed only in the cloud. The AI company also keeps total control over its own safety stack. That's their secret sauce of safety filters. Plus, their own security-cleared experts will be on site. Then you have strong contractual protections, and all of this is built on the foundation of existing U.S. law. It's what you'd call a real defense-in-depth approach. Let's dig into that first layer because it's really important. Cloud-only deployment is a huge technical safeguard. What it means is the AI models live in a secure central cloud. They're not downloaded onto, say, edge devices like a drone or a soldier's gear in the field. This physical separation makes it technically almost impossible to use these models to power autonomous weapons on the battlefield. And here is where the legal language really locks that technical safeguard in place. This is a direct quote from the contract. It flat out forbids the AI from directing autonomous weapons whenever policy requires a human to be in control. It legally codifies that human-in-the-loop principle, making sure a person is always responsible for the critical decisions. So that covers the what and the how. But what about the why? Why did both the US government and this major AI player decide that right now was the time to jump into such a significant and, let's face it, sensitive partnership?
The reasoning really comes from 2 different directions. For the national security side, it's pretty simple. Equip the U.S. military with state-of-the-art AI to keep pace with potential adversaries who are definitely developing their own. For the AI industry, it's about building a bridge with the government, to really foster collaboration and maybe dial down some of the tensions that have been bubbling up between Silicon Valley and D.C. for a while now. Now, obviously, a deal like this is going to raise some huge questions. So let's just do a quick run-through of the most pressing concerns and see what the agreement itself has to say. All right, first up, the elephant in the room. Despite all these safeguards, is there any way this technology could end up powering lethal autonomous weapons? According to the actual terms of the deal, the answer is a clear and unambiguous no. That combination of the cloud-only setup, the legal language demanding human control, and the AI company's own safety features, they're all designed specifically to prevent that one outcome.
Okay, next major concern, privacy. Could this system be turned inward, used for mass surveillance on American citizens right here at home?
And once again, the contract is very clear on this. It explicitly binds the AI system to all existing U.S. laws, like the Fourth Amendment's protection against unwarranted surveillance, so the system is legally barred from being used for mass domestic spying.
But that brings up a really interesting follow-up question. What happens if those laws or policies get weaker or change sometime down the road? Does that open up a loophole?
And this is the really clever part. The contract actually anticipates that exact scenario. It pegs the agreement to the laws and policies as they exist today. That creates a fixed, lasting standard which essentially future-proofs the deal against any potential weakening of those laws later on.
So this deal, with all of its complex layers, technical, legal, and ethical, is now a reality.
And it sets a powerful new precedent. So the final question we're all left with is this. What does this model of partnership mean for the entire future of artificial intelligence in defense, not just in the US, but all around the world?